Welcome back to our episode. Ryan here with Chaos MMA. And today we have on Rob Wilkinson, who fights at the PFL Championships in New York next weekend. Rob, man, how are you doing?
I'm doing good, bud. How are you?
I'm doing great. Great speaking with you. Excited for next weekend. I'm sure you're excited too. And first off, before we get into that, I saw you had an early Thanksgiving. Was that kind of the thing you want to do? Because, the fight is after Thanksgiving with the weight cut and everything.
Just my friend and my neighbor where I'm living at the moment. He suggested that his family will put on an early Thanksgiving for us, which is very nice of him. I've never had one before. First time for Thanksgiving in America, so yeah, that was awesome.
What was your go-to food when on your first Thanksgiving?
We had turkey, we had ham, we had some weird sweet potato and marshmallow kind of bake, which is definitely something new for me. But pumpkin pie, that's good.
I know you can't go wrong with pumpkin pie, my favorite dessert. Yeah, Thanksgiving, it's amazing. The food's great. I'm sure you enjoyed it. But for you, the fight's coming. It's soon. Like it's basically like 10 days away. It's here almost. So for you, how has training camp been going for this one? Would you say like this is one of your best ones yet?
Yeah, camp's been awesome. I've had a few little like injuries, nothing major from previous fights, like in my last couple of camps. But this fight, all those injuries have healed up, and I'm 100%. And yeah, feeling very good for this fight.
Yeah, well, I'm glad to hear you're 100% and you're all healed up. And I want to ask you this. I know for every training camp, fight camp, you're probably motivated. You do have an opponent that's trying to beat you, but you're motivated every fight camp. But for this one, is it kind of even more motivation because you kind of got the $1 million, you got the title on the line? Was there more motivation added in this training camp?
Yeah, I think so. Like, I've never whole camp. I've never struggled with. I got to go do like a really hard, conditioning workout or do the extra work. It's just I'm just going to go do it. Like I'm not struggling to get myself to training. I'm excited to go train. I'm excited to push myself hard and do all the hard work because I know that's going to pay off on November 25th.
Yeah, and have you been training with anyone specific for this camp to get the style of your opponent, or is it just kind of like the same as all the other ones?
Same as everyone, but I've been doing work with Cody Brundage at Factory X. He's probably similar size and he's a really good wrestler, a really good striker. So I've been doing a lot of work with him. And yeah, that's been awesome. And he's got a fight this weekend. So yeah, we've been just peaking together, which is awesome.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm sure that's good for both of you. Both got fights coming up. You get to train together with that. Seems like training camp's going well based on what you're saying. And you're walking out November 25th next week. What do you think that emotion's going to be like? Like going through your head? Like, do you even think you're going to be thinking on the walkout, or are you just going to be so locked in? Like, what do you think that moment's going to be like for yourself?
I don't know. It's like even thinking about sometimes I get pretty excited, even watching the fights on Saturday with the UFC being at Madison Square Garden and, watching those title fights. I was going to imagine myself being out there. So it's definitely, it's a big event, definitely my biggest fight. It's extremely exciting, but yeah, I guess I won't know till I walk out. But I'll be focused and I'm going to let it get to me.
Yeah, I mean, it's probably going to be a great moment for yourself. And when do you guys plan on leaving for New York? Like you guys leaving
I
soon?
leave in a week. Yeah, on Monday week.
Monday?
So
Okay.
1 week today. Yeah.
Well, yeah, it's getting close, man. It's really getting there. You're walking out November 25th. You step in that octagon. I always ask everyone I have on before a fight. Rob wins by blink on November 25th. How do you see yourself getting the belt and the $1 million on this date?
I see myself getting another knockout, 4 knockouts for the year.
Yeah.
Uh, End of the second or in the third round, I think will come.
Yeah. Well, there's the prediction. Go put those bets in, whatever you guys want. I'm sure you're confident in that pick. It's going to be a great fight. And you go out there, you get the $1 million. What is, if you don't mind me asking, what's the first purchases you're going to be looking at, like for with this money? Like, what are you looking at to buy?
I mean, besides buying all my friends some beers who've flown over from Australia to support me, I'm going to be looking at buying a house. That's what I want to do with that money and invest in some property.
Yeah. And is there that the house is great? I'm sure it's going to help a lot. And is there that one dream thing you wanted since like forever that you think you might buy now, or not really? What do you think?
Uh, Not really. I'd like to get a house or so sorted before, but then looking at buying a nice car, but I'm not too fussed about that, and I'd rather spend my money wisely than kind of maybe when I get a couple more $1 million, I'll be looking for like some really nice cars. But yeah,
Yeah, $1 million, new house. probably gonna feel great after a win like that. It'll be a great moment for yourself. I'm sure you're excited for this fight. And last few things here, man. Thanks again for your time. So you go. Do you like this format for PFL? You know, you fight every couple months. It's a tournament style. Get the $1 million, vacant title. Is that the format you like? Because the PFL fighters we interview, they like really like this format. So is that kind of like the format you like?
Yeah. So far this year's been awesome, and I've said it a few times. I like the style. You know, it's the best fighters in the final. There's no like who's more popular, who's talking shit. There's just you win, you progress, and at the end of the year, you've got two of the best fighters in the division fighting each other for the title, which I love, and I love it that you know in this year I've had 3 fights with the PFL, signing with them, and now I'm fighting for a world title. It's amazing.
Yeah, and is it kind of like even an add-on too? Because you are fighting for the $1 million, but each fight you are still making money. It's not like you're just fighting one fight and then you wait. Like you keep going for these couple months and then you get the $1 million. Is that kind of like an add-on to it?
Yeah, when I was looking at the PFL, I wasn't sure how much you got paid, or even if you did get paid per fight.
Yeah.
And obviously, it's a big risk if you had to have 3 fights, lost one, and then didn't get anything. But you get paid really well. I'm getting paid more than just starting the UFC. So, and then obviously that $1 million bonus at the end of the year is huge.
Yeah. Well, tune in November 25th, PFL Championships. It's going to be a great night of fights. We can't wait. And last thing here, man, you go out there, you win on the state. Do you plan on participating in the next season in April? Like, do you want to make that turnaround and get in the next season too?
Yeah, 2 years in a row, I'm going to win the belt.
2 years, man. That's it. That's confidence right there. Like just by that answer, I saw the confidence, man. I'm sure you're excited for that, man. I really cannot wait for this. But for you, thanks again for your time. Look forward to your fights. I will. We'll see you next weekend. We're covering the event, so we'll be at the press conference seeing you.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll get a question in or two. But for you, thanks again. Want to thank any sponsors, shout out any social media, man. The floor is yours.
Thank you. No, thanks for your time. Just yeah, tune in November 25th, and it's going to be a good night.
Yeah, can't wait, man. Thanks again for your time. We'll talk soon.
No worries. Thanks, bud.
Thanks,
Bye.
man. Have a good one.